Now I want to start with the theory of first chapter, that is partnership accounts. First of all, I will try to explain the meaning of the word partnership. This is a definition of partnership is given under the Partnership Act. I read for you and try to explain. According to Partnership Act, partnership is a relationship between persons who have agreed to share the profits of the business which is carried on by them or any one of them acting for all, or any of them acting for all. Now this definition explains what is partnership. The first thing that they say that partnership is a relationship between two or more persons. Now, how the relationship comes into existence between two or more persons? The first manner in which the relationship comes into existence between two or more persons is by birth. The moment the birth takes place, so many relationship comes into existence. The relationship, mother says that my child, father says that my child, elder brother says that my younger brother, like that. So the first mode by which relationship comes into existence is by birth. The second way by which the relationship comes into existence is marriage. Once the marriage takes place, the entire set of relationship is availed by the bride and bridegroom. The third manner in which the relationship that comes into existence is by circumstances. Suppose that two students are studying in one class, they become a friend. The circumstances has created a relationship between two persons, friendship. So these are the various ways in which the relationship comes into existence. Now the question is, how the partnership relationship comes into existence? By birth? No. By marriage? No. By circumstances? No. Then how? By an agreement. So partnership is a relationship between two or more persons. Between persons who have agreed. So agreement is a source with which the relationship of partner comes into existence. So partnership is a relationship between persons who have agreed. Now two persons, there is an agreement between two persons. Okay. Now, what is agreement? Agreement means to understand the same thing in the same sense. The agreement comes into existence by acceptance of offer or a proposal. So partnership is a relationship that comes into existence by an agreement. Suppose that two persons are there, they have agreed to visit a movie, they have agreed to go to a restaurant. Is it partnership? No. What is the subject matter which should be agreed between two persons to create a partnership? So partnership is a relationship that comes into existence by an agreement. But the agreement is about what? The agreement is about one, to do the business for profit, to share the profits of the business, and the business should be carried on either by all of them or any one of them acting for all. So these are the three basic things about which, if there is an agreement, then in that partnership relationship comes into existence. So partnership is a relationship between two or more persons who have agreed to share the profits of the business. So they have agreed, one, to do the business for profit, and to share the profits of the business, and the business will be carried on by them or any one of them acting for all. So partnership is a relationship between two or more persons. Person means what? Living individual like me and you. There can be a partnership between two companies because company is also a corporate personality and person. So there can be a partnership between two companies. There can be a partnership between individual and company. There can be a partnership of an individual with a partnership firm. So two persons means, person means not only living persons, but the artificial persons, corporate personalities are also included in the definition of person. So partnership is a relationship between two or more persons. Now if that person is an individual, then that person enters into an agreement. Now to enter into an agreement, the person should be competent for entering into an agreement. Now, who is a competent person for entering into an agreement? Can you say that minor is competent for agreement? Because minor doesn't have a sense of discrimination about his gains and losses. So minor cannot become a partner because he is not a competent person for agreement, so he cannot enter into a partner. Similarly, lunatic is also not a competent person for entering into a partnership firm because partnership is a relationship that comes into existence by an agreement, and lunatic doesn't have an ability to enter into an agreement, so he is not competent for entering into a partnership. So person doesn't include minor and lunatic. Similarly, an insolvent who has not paid his liability until adjudged insolvent, until he is adjudged and is as an insolvent, he is also not competent for entering into a relationship of a partnership. So partnership is a relationship between two or more persons who have agreed to share the profits of the business. Now what type of business? It should be a legal business. The agreement confined to three things. One, to do the business for profit. The profit shall be distributed and the business will be carried on by either all of them or any one of them or any few of them acting for all. Now, I have tried to explain the meaning of person, competency of a person. Relationship comes into an existence by an agreement. They have agreed to do a legal business. The business is to be run for a profit. The profit shall be distributed as agreed. But the another important point, the most important ingredient of a partnership relationship is the business is carried on either by all of them or any one of them acting for all. This last phrase is known as principle of agency. Now I want to explain the meaning of the word which is carried on by them or any one of them acting for all. This is a very, very important ingredient of a partnership relationship, and this ingredient is not found in any other relationship. Let me explain that in detail. The business is carried on by either all of them or any one of them acting for all. This phrase is an exception to a legal dictum, legal Latin dictum that is known as nemo dat quod non habet. Nemo dat quod non habet is a Latin language phrase, legal phrase. What is its meaning? Nobody can transfer a better title than what he has. Nobody can transfer a property of which he is not the owner. This is a normal principle. Everybody knows that principle. If you don't follow this principle, or if you are not following this principle, then you know that I am not the owner of Taj Mahal. And if this principle is not there, do you want to have Taj Mahal? I can give you. Because this principle is not there. Who can transfer Taj Mahal? Who is the owner of Taj Mahal? Not a person who is not the owner. So what's the basic legal principle? Nobody can transfer a better title than what he has. Or nobody can transfer the property of which he is not the owner. That's a normal principle. But in case of partnership, there is an exception to this rule. Suppose that A, B, C, D are the partners. they are doing the business of saris. Now they have purchased one Banarasi silk sari for 10,000. Now Banarasi silk sari purchased by four partners A, B, C, D. They are the owner of that sari. They have purchased that sari for the purpose of selling. And the ownership of each partner is 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%, because we presume that they are the equal partners. So A, B, C, D are the partners. They are doing the business of saris. They have purchased one sari for 10,000. The ownership is equal. So every partner is a owner to the extent of 25% of the value. Now in a partnership firm, only partner A is present and B, C and D are not present in the partnership firm. Now one customer turns up to purchase that sari. That sari of 10,000 is sold to a customer by partner A. Now partner A is a owner to the extent of 25% and he has sold the sari for 12,000 rupees. Now has he transferred the 100% ownership of sari or 25% ownership of sari? He is owner to the extent of only 25%. He has sold the sari for 12,000 rupees. So could he transfer the remaining 75% ownership of B, C and D in favor of a customer? That's a question. But as there is a relationship between A, B, C, D is that of a partnership, A can act on behalf of B, C and D. So when A sells a sari to a customer for 12,000, he is acting as an agent for B, C and D. So A is an agent, B, C, D are the principal. So one partner can act on behalf of other partners for partnership affairs. This type of relationship is known as relationship of principal and agency. A is an agent, B, C, D are the principal. Sometimes what happens? C and D are there to sell the sari. A and B are absent. So C and D are the agent, A and B are the principal. This type of relationship between partners is known as principal and agency relationship, and that is the most important ingredient of a partnership firm. If this ingredient is absent, then there is no partnership. Then there is no partnership. That's a very important thing that you should understand. As I explained to you, A was a owner to the extent of 25%, but he transferred the 100% ownership in favor of customer. Because he has an agent for BCD, that's why he could do. And this is a very, very important ingredient of partnership relationship. Now, look at another way to explain the concept. Thus, when two or more persons competent to contract carry on a legal business as mutual agents and principal with an object to earn and share profits, such an arrangement is called partnership. So the same thing explained to you in a more elaborate fashion in a second definition. Here, which are the words added? Legal business. The business should be legal. The person should be competent to contract. The object is to earn the profit. The relationship between the partners is that of, observe, mutual agent and principal. So, this is the first definition, this is the second explanation. It also explains what partnership is, but here the language is different, and all these aspects I have covered in explanation of the first definition. The persons who have entered into the partnership are individually called partners. Person after entering into the relationship, they are known as mutual partners. So partnership is a word that identifies the relationship. Just like brother, sister, son, daughter, mother, father are the words that expresses the relationship. Similarly, partner is a word that expresses the relationship, and the person holding that relationship is known as partner. The business collectively carried on by such persons is called partnership firm. So collectively it is known as partnership firm, individually it is known as partner. Now characteristics of partnership. Now, just read these characteristics. Partnership is a relationship between two or more persons. Now, for any agreement, two persons are necessary. Minimum two persons are required for an agreement. So, minimum number of partners are always two. What is the maximum number of partners? The maximum number of partners are prescribed under the Companies Act under Section 11. That in case of banking business, maximum partner could be 10, and in case of partnership firm doing business other than banking, the maximum partner should be 20. If the number of partners are more than 10 in case of banking business, and if the number of partners are more than 20 in case of any other business, it is known as illegal association. The relationship comes into existence not by birth, marriage or status, but by an agreement between the persons competent to contract. The agreement should be to carry on business for profit. The agreement should be to share the profits, including losses of the business. The business should be carried on by all or any one of them acting for all. This implies that every partner is both agent and principal of other partner. Mutual agency is an inevitable element of a partnership. Partnership is for a lawful business. I have explained all this while discussing the definition here before you. Now next. In partnership firm, there are minimum 2 partners and the maximum 10 partners in a banking firm. The number of partners restricted to 20 for any other business. So these are the various characteristics that we are discussing about partnership. The liability of a partners in a partnership firm is unlimited. That is, if the assets of the partnership firm are not sufficient for paying the liabilities of the firm, the surplus from the private property of a partner is finally applied in paying the liabilities of the firm. So partner's liability is unlimited, just like sole proprietor. In partnership firm, the owners themselves are the managers. Thus, a partnership firm, the ownership and the management lies in the same person. While in case of company, form of organization, the ownership and management do not vest in the same person. I have tried to explain you the definition of partnership and the characteristics of partnership firm. I feel that you have followed all these things. Thanks to all of you.